Nick, you're looking very comfortable. You're looking very excited.
You make me comfortable.
Well, that's a great start, isn't it? You must be so excited about the prospect of making your full-time racing debut in Formula One this year. I know it's been a long wait, but you must be so excited.
Yes, certainly. The lead-up has been very long. Obviously, I kind of knew that I would be in Formula One in 23 around October, end of September. End of September? Yeah, I probably had a good feeling, beginning of October. And ever since, I've been kind of living towards this moment. So we're here launching our car in New York, which is a very important kind of milestone in our preparation. It's a big thing. And then we get to kind of the real business, and we go out, test our car, and start racing. And I can really not wait. The wait has almost been too long. The winter in itself was short, because I think I had 10 days off and spent 7 ill. But I feel like I'm ready for it now.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. At least you got the illness out of the way.
Exactly, yeah. It's a bit, I mean, it's very ironic, right? You stop, you relax, and then your body stops fighting, and then you get ill.
Everyone needs a break, I guess, at some stage.
Yes, true.
You mentioned New York, an epic location for a car launch. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's a very unique combination to be launching our car ahead of the new season in collaboration with the New York Fashion Show. Formula One has grown in the US a lot the past years. We are going to race 3 times in the US, and obviously Alphatauri as a fashion brand is just launching a new collection, selling in the US. So I think that whole kind of combination is very unique and special, and makes it even cooler to be organizing our launch here.
Now, looking at that winter that you've just mentioned and being a little bit ill, aside from that, looking from social media, it looked like you had a great time, looked like you trained hard as well. Yeah, it looked like you're ready to go. Because I know we all saw you getting out the car when you had that experience at Williams. Slightly unfair because obviously you just got dropped straight into it, but you've worked so hard by the looks of it over the winter to get in shape. Yeah,
I think I could almost joke and say that I'll be ready to lift the car instead of struggling to get in, or struggling rather than struggling to get out. I would struggle to get in. No, I only gained a couple of kilos, but I feel really ready. We put in a lot of work together with my new trainer Vries. I really trusted him on his philosophy and his approach, so I kind of just followed his program. And together we pushed hard, and we shared the pain together. So tough days we would always do together, intervals or heavyweight days. And I feel like we're in a good place. I feel strong and ready to start the season.
Now at 28, that's pretty late for a driver in Formula One, generally speaking. You've got the Maxes of the world kind of coming through very young, but you've got so much experience in other race.
Are you saying I'm old?
Well, I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying you're older than the Maxes of this world, Charles, the Georges. But you've got so much experience. That must really give you a lot of confidence that you're going to come in and be able to call on all of that in a way that a rookie these days wouldn't have that to call upon, would they?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's path is different, and everyone walks their own way. Mine has been a bit longer, but that gave me the opportunity to race in many different series, and I think that has matured me, but also developed me kind of broader as a human and a driver. I've raced in single-seater racing, endurance racing, in electric racing. So I've been very fortunate to race in different championships. Last year was even more unique, getting the opportunity through Mercedes to drive for many different teams and get a look into their kind of structure and how they operate. So I think in that perspective, I'm quite well prepared and experienced, which will probably help me in my kind of start in Formula One as well. But equally, I haven't actually driven Formula One cars that much. But I'm sure I'll catch up quickly, and we'll be good to go.
It's tough these days for a rookie coming into Formula One because you just don't get the testing mileage that you used to, say, 10, 15 years ago. You have 150 laps, I think you got in Abu Dhabi last year in the post-season test, and I think Alphatauri running you in some old cars before testing as well.
Correct.
So it's all useful, right, but it's not that much, is it, to get started?
No, but it's the same for everybody. So it is the way it is, and at the same time, I've raced for many years, and I think it helps that not only I have some racing experience and I've seen and experienced a lot, I've worked with many different manufacturers and teams, but also I'm a bit older in terms of age. So yeah, I feel like I'm probably ready as I can be, and things come when they have to come, and I think my chance and turn is now.
How much confidence do you take from how everything's really spiraled from that weekend in Monza, that things have just really come together for you and now you've got that opportunity this year?
Well, I feel like we've had that conversation. Like I feel like we've been having this kind of chat. Don't want to attack you, but it's just like I feel like we've talked about it and it's been amazing. I'm super grateful that it helped me to kind of get that momentum and get the opportunity in Formula One. But we're living in 23, we're launching our car today, and Bahrain is coming. And we're ready to race, and that's what I've been dreaming and living for my whole life. So I'm just really eager and keen to start racing.
So what kind of goals have you set yourself for this year? I know a lot depends on the car, of course, and you don't know what kind of car you're going to get yet, but personal goals, what have you got for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's always part of this time of the year to talk about expectations, but I think that's just a lot of kind of talking, because the truth is that nobody really knows where they're standing. Of course, 23 will be a kind of evolution of 22, but at the same time, no one has had the chance to test their new cars and see where they are relatively to the competition. So I've been speaking to quite a few people in the paddock in our world, and everyone seemed to be super confident, but it's all relative. Mm-hmm. So we'll find out soon, and I guess for us as a team, we aim to be fighting consistently for good points, but how realistic that will be, time will tell.
You spent a fair bit of time, I think, with Helmut Marko during the period of time in which you did the deal, and I guess over the next few years you'll do that as well. What kind of targets has he set? What advice has he given you as you kind of go along this path with Red Bull?
Well, so far I've been receiving a very warm welcome from the whole Red Bull family. I had the pleasure to spend a bit of time in Austria, meet the management and meet the kind of Red Bull community. And also at the team in Faenza, everyone has been super supportive and welcoming. So far I'm really enjoying it. In terms of, again, expectations, it's hard to really pinpoint specific targets, but as a team we want to move forward. Alphatauri has had a tougher season in 22, and I think over the winter we already worked closely together to try and address all the kind of gaps and potential areas where we can improve and find performance. And I think that's part of my role and probably value, being a little bit more experienced to kind of bring a bit of an outside view into the team and to work closely together to basically get ourselves back into the good points.
What about spending time with Franz as well? He's renowned for brought several drivers through Formula One. He's quite well known as being a sort of mentor. Have you spent much time with him, and what kind of words of wisdom has he given you ahead of this year? Definitely.
I've obviously spent time in Faenza, not only with Franz, but very much with the engineers, the technical people, my mechanics. So I try to basically really integrate within the whole team and community. And Franz assured me that take your time. You'll be fine. Just give yourself the time to get up to speed and take the mileage and experience which you need early on in the season to kind of put all the puzzle pieces together, because it's easy to go out and almost push too hard too quickly, but I think it's important to get the mileage through testing and the beginning of the weekend to put it together when it matters.
How are you going to evolve the way that you operate now that you're a full-time Formula One driver? And I mean that in the sense that I think I'm right in saying you don't have a manager, or you haven't had a manager in the past. You tended to do stuff yourself, I guess. Formula One, I guess the workload and the pressure increased a little bit. Will you change the way you approach things going forward?
Yes, a little bit. I think the workload is changing, but I would say I wouldn't be busier than I used to, but the kind of emphasis is just changing. So now it's all about Formula One and performance, and that's where I need to invest all my time into. And I think previously I was spending a lot of time on kind of managing my opportunities in career, kind of trying to steer it in the best possible direction to not give up on, you know, my dreams. And I think that's really kind of a privilege for me to experience the kind of position to just be fully focused on racing and performance. So I started working together with Guillaume Le Goff, which also looks after Pierre. Actually, during the time when we were talking with Alphatauri, so it all kind of happened together, and I'm very happy. We've known each other since probably 2012, okay. So a long time. Actually, Pierre, Guillaume, and I met each other together. We worked together in a simulator back when we were just getting into car racing. Okay. So we have a good history and bonding together. And I just wanted people around me that I trusted and I know, and equally not people, very much on the front line that, are interested in exposing themselves. I just need people to help me on the background.
You mentioned Pierre just then, Nick. You obviously know Max as well. How well do you know a lot of the other guys on the circuit, and have they been quite forthcoming and kind of welcoming you, I guess, to the fold?
Yeah, it was really kind and good to feel everyone's support around the Monza weekend. I think I've been pretty much growing up with 80% of the grid. Not always directly raced against everyone, but at some point during my career, I came across a lot of them, and that's why it almost feels, not meaning to be arrogant, but it almost feels like, I kind of belong between them because I've known them for so many years and I've always raced against everyone. You mentioned Max. We known each other since we were, kids in karting in the Netherlands or in the Benelux. We never actually raced each other until Monza because I was a little bit older, and ironically we line up next to each other on the grid. So that's unique and nice to finally get that opportunity to be where we all want to be and get the chance to do it.
And just finally, I can't let you go without talking about Yuki. Like, he formed such a great relationship with Pierre. It already looks like you guys are getting on like a house on fire. How excited are you to be working alongside him this year?
Yeah, Yuki and I go also a little bit back, and in Formula 2 I kind of supported him because he's an entertaining young man and a very fast driver. So I'm looking forward to working together with him. It's certainly the time we'll spend together, we'll have fun. But when it comes to work, we're serious too. So, looking forward to push the team forward together, and hopefully we've had a good winter and can fight for those points.
Great stuff, Nick. As always, it's been a pleasure. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yuki, great to see you here on launch day for Alphatauri's 2023 Formula One campaign, and in New York, of all places. Pretty special location to begin the season, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, New York is one of the places that it's my favorite place. Always made me enjoy the place that you never sleep, the town. So, yeah, it's my second time came here, and so far it's been a really busy days, but still I'm really enjoying it, and can't wait for the launch particularly in New York Fashion Week. So yeah, looking forward to it.
So we're only going to get a glimpse of the livery today. I'm guessing you've seen the car itself. What have you made of it?
It's so cool, I would say. I think it's one of the best livery last 3 years livery for me. There's a bit of new color that actually I never expected, but actually looks suiting well to our car and looks more aggressive, more like fast cars. But yeah, so far as a livery, I'm super happy with it, and yeah, so cool.
So it's going to be your third season in Formula One. Time has flown by really quickly. How much stronger do you feel heading into this year, and how much more prepared do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling really prepared. I think I'm really strong. I prepared in Dubai for physical 2 weeks with new coach Michael. also to build up the relationship with him, because his first year we working together was a good 2 weeks, and also of course as a fitness side as well. I feel in good shape. So yeah, I'm super ready for it. Also the mentality side, everything. I feel I already experienced 2 years, which is really good, and I'm more in control. So yeah, just ready for it, and then just achieve the targets what I have in my mind.
You mentioned Michael Italiani. He worked with Daniel Ricciardo last year. How good is it to be working with a guy like him heading into this year, especially when I know training isn't your favourite thing, is it?
Yeah, he's not good. He's not good at all. Well, no, I'm joking. He's a really good guy, and yeah, I think it's a little bit different as Noah, which my ex-trainer. But there's a bit of definitely similarity between them, but as a training, there's a bit of different style, which I really like it both ways. But at the same time, having a good kind of new wind or new kind of styles to do my body is definitely good things, and I understand and completely in the same page with him as a fitness side and training as well. So yeah, I mean as a of course fitness side and in the racing, also as our racing, we're both happy with it both ways. So yeah, it's good.
You mentioned the mental side of things. You're feeling much mentally stronger this year. What have you done differently? I know in the past you've had chats with Alex Albon, you've had chat to other drivers. What have you done? Anything over the winter that's a little bit different?
Well, I would say Dubai was the things I didn't do last 2 years, that going to the warm place and just focusing 2 weeks for the fitness. Other than that, I was just pretty relaxing. I went back to Japan and just spent with my families. That was really, really nice. The funny thing was, normally when I always go back to Japan, I feel like I want to go back, I want to stay here, or I'm really glad I came back here and having Japanese foods. Obviously, I still enjoy Japanese food, but at the same time, I start to feel like I want to go back to Europe, because I start to get used to it more, to the European culture. Start to really like Italian kind of cuisine as well. So that was a bit surprise for me, but in a positive way, I think. So yeah, other than that, not really special, not anything like unusual things compared last 2 years. So yeah, ready for it. Yeah.
Do you think you're feeling much more comfortable? Because you look much more comfortable, and it's easy to forget that you've only actually been single-seater racing for 4 years. You've done it quite quickly. Do you feel like this year is a little bit more like you can put all that behind you and just focus a little bit more on the racing?
Yeah, definitely. I think actually that kind of off-season makes me really recognize how much I have to put effort in this season, and yeah, as a driver as well. As a driver, I'm able to really think about myself in a good way. So yeah, I think I feel more control and more relaxed. Of course, even compared to last year, 2021 to 2022, last year was much even in control or more relaxed compared to 2021. But even on top of that, now 2023, it's more now. It's really clear what I have to do, and to achieve that, I know what I have to do, and to also to improve as well. So just have to improve that and achieve that. So easy things. Just it's better than I don't know. It's better than like 2021, like completely out of control, and I don't know what to just drive fast. Not like that. So yeah, all good.
So what are your expectations for this year? I know you don't know how fast that car's going to be yet, and that a lot depends on that. But have you got kind of specific targets for yourself, especially as you're kind of the team leader in a way with Pierre gone? You're the one who the team will look for to feedback.
Yeah, I think it's more responsible. Each feedback I give to the team, definitely than last year. But I think at the same time, Nick as well. Nick had also experience, and he gives us more information and more kind of new wins to the team to go another step forward. So we work together as a team, and with Nick as well. But yeah, definitely this is also for the team. It's a big year for us, especially based on what performance we had last year. Mm-hmm. Still, we don't know how much performance we have in the car, but so far looking good. We achieved most of the targets as a car. So we see in the real track how it goes. But yeah, in both ways, we started bad way and a good way. I still focus what I have to do, and for the team car side, I just leave to it for the team. Obviously, on top of with my comments and feedback as well. But I think I just focus more towards myself to drive consistently, more try to score points more consistent. But yeah, every time if I able to give 100% performance, my best in each races, I know I can perform well, achieve good results. So yeah, super good. Looking forward to it.
You mentioned Nick. You seem to be getting on really well with him. He was talking about you guys having a gin and tonic on a private jet sometime at Max. It just that relationship looks like it could go into the way that you guys and Pierre got on so well.
Yeah, I think it will be a different way as Pierre, but I think Pierre is also like, it was like kind of brother and like older brother. I was a younger brother than me, but he's still in the paddock, and I think Nick, we still spend a couple of weeks together, or a couple of days together. So we don't know how it goes, but so far we get along well. I think he's more kind of serious to each things that like quite a lot different personality as me, but still I think we get along well already. So it'll be a little bit different relationship as Pierre, but I think I know that we can work together well.
I saw Pierre a couple of days ago and he said he's missing you, but you guys have hung out a fair bit over the winter as well, which has been nice. How much do you think you will get to see him still going forward?
Yeah, I think I was looking forward to it, especially able to fight with him. For me, it's harder than last year's because we're in the same teammates. We're in the same team. Unfortunately, we had one collision, which was my fault, but yeah, I can drive aggressive as much as that to him, and hopefully every time he'll be my back mirror rather than in front. So we'll see.
Great stuff. Looking forward to it, Yuki. Thanks so much. Have a good year.
Thank you.
Thank you.